For the past 2 years, Jocko Fuel has been the only supplement I've consumed. It's helped me stay in shape now that my competitive career is finished. If you've been waiting to try Jocko, the wait is over. Jocko has now teamed with Walmart, bringing clean fuel to the entire nation. Jocko Fuel is loaded with all the good stuff and none of the bad. And I'm talking no added sugars, no artificial sweeteners, and absolutely no gray area or banned substances. Just pure, clean fuel to power your performances. Jocko Fuel is now available in Walmart nationwide. Products available at your local Walmart are Jocko Malt, ready to drink, Jocko Malt powder, and Jocko pre-workout. How convenient. Guys, the time is now. Consider trying some of my favorites like Jocko Go and Jocko Hydrate. You can even do it online. Use code CHAEL30 at JockoFuel.com or just stop by your local Walmart and get your hands on some Jocko ASAP. Don't wait, might not last. Fuel up with Jocko Fuel and crush your goals. Now there's no excuse for not having clean fuel. Guys, I want you to go get Jocko Fuel today at Walmart. Jake Paul has offered Mike Tyson a bet. The bet goes like this: Mike, I will give you $5 million if you make it to the 5th round. So you got to survive 4, okay? Just so you guys understand. But if you don't, you got to get a I love Jake Paul tattoo. Oh my goodness. What do you think about that, guys? Because that evoked an emotion in me. That made my stomach uncomfortable. And by the way, I love it and I hate it so much it made my stomach uncomfortable. I mean, how's that for an answer, right? How's that for a non-response by me? But it's true. It's true. There's a part of me that looks at that and goes, Mike, you can't turn that down. We need to know, Mike, that you believe in Mike. We need to know that you're out there to beat this man, to damage this man, to stop this man, like old, ferocious Mike Tyson would do. We've got to know it's not a cash grab. And boy, taking that bet, you'd let us know. You'd let us know, all right. The other side, okay, and things are very much in Mike's favor. A number of you think that Mike is going to win. A number think that he is going to stop him. He is going to trash him. He doesn't have to do any of those things. He just got to get to the 5th round. He could be beaten to a pulp. He just got to get to the 5th round. Pin me, pay me. What if Mike was sitting there in the chair? And they would film it. Of course they would film it. It'd become a social media thing. Mike would think it was cool. He would think it was funny. Look at me. I'm a man of my word. And he's getting it. I love Jake Paul tattoo. No, there's nothing cool about that. There's nothing remotely short of humiliating about that. And it's not the first time. Jake Paul's done the tattoo bet, guys, how many times? I only know of one taker. I believe Tommy Fury took the bet, but they ended up winning the fight, and I could even have that wrong. But Jake Paul has offered. He's made this challenge. He made it to Nate Diaz. He's made Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley did it. He lost the bet. He went and did it. And I'm just sharing with you, Tyron is a younger guy, and Tyron's kind of hip. He had a little piece on TMZ. He was embracing the digital era. Mike Tyson didn't live through any of that. Mike Tyson cannot go get a tattoo and then have this out on Instagram smiling and thinking, oh, shucks, this sure is fun. He can't do that. That makes me uncomfortable. Have you ever heard of somebody else's bet, but it brings an emotion on you? Okay, it's not even legal in court. It's called standing. You must have standing in a matter. What does that mean? Well, it means your neighbor runs into another neighbor and he drives away. He did a hit and run. You don't get to file a lawsuit. You don't get to say it's a crime and I can prove it's a crime and therefore I get money. You would have no standing in the matter. I have no standing. I don't got to pay Mike. I don't got to go get the tattoo. I don't have to film it. I don't have to talk to you guys about it. And I'm feeling something. I'm just wondering if you guys are. I mean, this is very effective. Hey, they're going to forget about what you do. They're going to forget about what you say. They're not going to forget how you made them feel. This was a very effective thing for me. I'm genuinely, sincerely asking. I want to see in your comments, do you feel something? Do you feel something towards this bet? What if the bet's accepted? I hope it's not. I hope it's not. My stomach feeling is stronger towards this is awkward. But I do want to know. I do want to know what Mike's response is. Mike lived in Las Vegas for many years. You just walk away from a bet. And you don't welch on a bet. It's a big deal what he says. If he doesn't take the bet, he's going to have a follow-up question of why. It's not a straight line bet. You don't have to beat him. You just have to not get KO'd and or TKO'd prior to the 5th round, of which are 2 minutes apiece. 8 minutes. Jake Paul has $5 million that says the most ferocious boxer of all time cannot stay with him for 8 minutes. Nate Diaz stayed with him, and those were 3-minute rounds, weren't they? They did all 8 of them, 24 minutes. Tyson Fury's little brother, Will, he went with him. He even found a way to win. I believe that was 8 rounds. I could be wrong, though, when it was 10. I mean, that's better part of half an hour. So, I mean, just by proxy of that, just by the elimination of backwards working math, it means that Nate Diaz gets Tyson out of there. It means Will Fury gets Tyson out of there. Do you believe those things? I mean, are you confident in those things? Are you confident that you would bet those things? You got the opportunity on DraftKings right now. It's good money. It's a better deal. It's 2-to-1 odds. That's a better deal than what Jake Paul is putting out. Do you see why it's important we have an answer? Have I proven my point? Okay. This is really good work by Jake Paul. I don't know if I speak to Mike that way, by the way. Mike Tyson came out and said, nobody's ever spoke to me or about me the way Chael Sonnen has spoke about me. I don't know if I would say that. I don't know if I would even challenge him that. I don't know. There's something about it. And it was very effective by Jake Paul. And it's not the first time. Jake Paul has done this before. I've never talked about it. It didn't have the same effect. It didn't create the same feeling. It's the same thing. Getting ready to go and do the same thing, a boxing match. The people says he doesn't belong in it. He doesn't even take it serious. And he's just out there for attention. This is what all the things they said about Jake Paul. They're not saying those things anymore. And then they're already ready to pad a fall for Iron Mike. Talking about, oh, it's a cash grab and he's not serious and he's older. You know what? I don't understand those things. I don't understand the prime. I don't understand where the audience sits to come back and say in his prime, well, he's not in his prime. I don't understand what you're talking about with prime. Is he competing or not? It's all on the line. There's no, I could have done it last week. I mean, could you imagine that at anything real in life? Anything where a guy comes to rob you with your girl, he comes to rob you, and you got to tell him, oh man, this was a year ago, as you're taking the watch off and you're handing him your shoes. Man, if this was 3 years ago, boy, I'd be taking your watch off, and are you taking the jacket off in your hand? I mean, could you even imagine? 2 countries are going to go to war. You start talking about what your military could have done back in the day when they had horses and batons. I mean, it's weird. It's a weird thing. Are you competing or not? It's all on the line. All of it. All the time. All chips are in. And Jake Paul told Mike Tyson, make it to the 5th round. Survive 4. I'll give you $5 million. Or you got to get a tattoo. And we know Jake's serious. And Jake's got to pay. We'll hold him to it because he's already done the bet. And he won. And that guy went and got the tattoo. Jake held him to the standard of we had a bet, which means we all would hold Jake to that. I believe he would hold himself to it. But that was called into question. It was called into question by Jon Fury. Jon Fury came out and said, we had a bet with you and you owe my son the money. You had a bet. You gave us your word. Now, if I'm an arbitrator of that, I don't believe that Jon has that correct. I heard what Jake Paul said. And Jake Paul said what Jon Fury says that he said. I never heard Junior accept it. I mean, you walk up, the dice are coming out, you yell 50 on the field. If the pit boss yells the word bet, you got action. If he doesn't, you don't. I mean, there's rules to it. I'm only sharing that with you. Like, I do think that Jake is very serious, but I think that these things, right, these are serious characters. We're not going to play with $5 million. Not if we're playing for a tattoo. You're going to have to write the check. Will Fury called his integrity into question. I'm telling you, as an arbitrator, I never heard Will accept the bet. And I think Jake paid him. I think just for Jon Fury going out and doing that, and Jake being a man of honor, I would pay that debt. I would not want somebody saying Chael doesn't pay his bills. It would bother me. And Jon Fury quit talking about it. I think Paul paid him. I would be curious about that. Do you want Tyson to accept? Do you want Tyson to ignore? Do you want Tyson to deny? Or you do have a 4th option. Would you like Tyson to counter?